Hello, I am TheWonkyProphet and I have been asked to paint a commission for Christmas. This is what I've got done so far. Let's see how I did it. So I was asked to paint kingfishers for Christmas, which gave me about 2 weeks to do it, which is cool. Started with a few sketches, a few ideas, simple things. The client picked this style, so they wanted a full landscape with a couple of kingfishers in there. I was given this photo to sort of work from, so I put some basic things in there to start with the sketches. Got a few reference photos, and we are ready to start painting the canvas. I forgot to film me painting in the sketch. I'm quite new to this filming business. But the sketch is now done in there. So you can see I've done... that was the sketch with the lines and the simplification drawn on, and then that was my kind of like quick little mock-up that I wanted to put in. Obviously put them on some simple shapes. Put some reeds in, put a couple of birds in. You change a few shapes on that. And then I also mixed up a few greens. Trying to match kind of the ones in this here. So we're going to start getting to work with those next. And that is most of the greens now plugged in. I'm trying to get to a place where glare can be a little bit of a problem. Try and get a nice video, but let's have a look. Yeah, that's okay. So I've just gone in with all the little greens, all the different greens that I mixed up. Kept sort of adding a little bit of magenta in to desaturate them, a little bit of blue in some of them to darken them, but Basically just start with the darkest values and the lightest values, then start sketching in the middle. I made those trees on the other side of the river there a little bit more desaturated, a little bit darker. And all the gaps will start to get filled in as we paint the other bits, but now I'm going to move on to probably the river and the sky. Get the kind of that in for them, get a bit of shape going on, see where I want to put things, see where I want the brightest bits, and then we can begin work in foreground after that. Just trying to test out there with the 3 blues, just popping them in roughly where I would want them. So I want lighter stuff nearer the horizon and then more blue stuff in this top corner here. We're going to have some cloud lines and stuff going in, which I basically just add a load more white in to build it up. But I think what I need to do is create a 4th blue, which is a lot more cobalt and way more saturated, so less magenta and yellow in there. Only put a touch in, but it desaturates the colour nicely into quite complex sort of grey, green blue. But I would like something a little bit more saturated, just peeking through up to the tops and around here. Maybe it's in this kind of eye shape. But yeah, that was just a little test, get them in, adjust the colours now on the palette, and then get to a stage similar to the trees. Good morning. So we've done this a little bit last night. I got some of the blue construction lines in. I started working on those. I'll just come in today, give the palette a little bit of a tidy up, sort my blues out, give the brushes a wipe, get the fire on. Over there. Whew. Set a nice vibe for the studio this morning. Coffee on. I'm going to continue building those blues in, get a little bit more done on them, and then start working on the river. So by the end of today, I would like to have top section fully blocked in, the greens as they are with a little bit more detail in, the river blocked in, and the yellow sort of river bank, I suppose, get that plugged in, and then the reeds, stems, things like this, details, and the birds can all be on the top layer. I'm not sure how much I want this layer to dry first before putting those in. I am on a little bit of a time budget because of this is a commission that they would like done by Christmas, but they have said that a photo by Christmas in a mid-January drop could be okay. So we'll see where we go, but I'm ready to paint. Studio sorted, set up, things are in place. Let's go for it. Here's the sky, fully blocked in, at least the first pass of it. So I was just going to do sort of the skeleton of it, and then I ended up just keep going and adding white in and whatnot, and blending it all out, getting that shape and form. And when I go over it next time, I'll take almost a pure white, well, like a lead white alternative. And go over some of the bits, strengthen them up, give them a bit more depth and volume. They're quite light, it's just the camera doesn't really pick it up very well. Especially this time of night. So next I'm going to sort these blues out, and then what I'm going to do is mix my river blues, which are going to be slightly greener and have some slightly different tints in them, but I'll mix them from these mother blues because the sky obviously, what does it do? What's the word? Influences the colour of the river because of reflections and light and science and stuff. And that is the first pass on the river done. I'm quite pleased with that. I've never done anything reflective before. I've done rivers and stuff, but I've never put as much reflection in. And that was basically a case of going in with the, mixed some kind of, oh, hello Wonder, little dog's coming down. Hello Wonder, there you go. Hello Wonder, hello, 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 lovely. How are you? So mixed basically some greens, some kind of grey greens, using some of these blues from the sky, some of these greens that I'd already mixed up, and then placed them in as construction lines, and then basically took kind of blues, white blues, these kind of colours from the top here. Oh, that focus. And then this was my strongest blue here in the bottom corner, left corner. So there's still some patches of that in. But yeah, I think I got the kind of reflective surface quite nice. The river obviously opens out here with the light where the gap is. Got a bit of light here. Tree line reflecting. This is obviously the river's going that way and then across. So there's not as much of a shadow from these trees, there's just a slight reflection, which I've managed to get in. But yeah, if I pull back, I'm quite pleased with the effect of that. Now I'm going to put the foreground in next, ignore all these reeds and stuff, and that'll give a really good sense of the landscape and the perspective. And then the second pass only strengthens that using the colours that I've mixed up. As you see, I've been starting to sort of catalogue the colour around the edges as I use it. So by the second pass, I'll have a lovely set of secondaries and tertiaries to use across the entire painting. That gives it this lovely sort of psychedelic impressionism feel, where all the colours blend and mother together, or blend together through a mother. Right, let's get on with the next bit.
Oh man, the building is on fire, 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 fire.
I might call it there for the night on those grasses. I'll just start building them in shape of where I want things. Early on, I just put some strong horizontals in, some strong vertical lines, and then just start connecting them up. Some little flourishes of grasses coming up. I'm still vaguely following the there's kind of a little triangle of dark green here, triangle of dark green here, and then got some dark green bits coming in. So I tried to make a kind of small area there, small area here, and then the dark green's coming in here. So tomorrow I'll get on with building that up, but I'm quite pleased with tonight's work. Getting that river in, getting those grasses bulked in, getting the colours all mixed up. So you see the palette's really starting to come together now with all the secondaries and tertiaries for the fun bit, which is going over the top of everything again. But that's to come, so I've got a little bit of work to do before that. But yeah, good night tonight, getting those two things kind of one fully in, one all of the construction of it in, which yeah, I'm pleased with that.